Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Hi.
Hi. Let's adjust the volume a little bit. Okay. Ida, can you reduce your volume a little bit? Kenny, a little bit as well.
Volume as in?
Volume.
I think for Mike, you might have to just speak slower.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anyways, we are live right now. Welcome everyone, okay, to the second day of the Enterprise Blockchain Week. Right now it is exactly 3 p.m. and we are going to begin. All right. Today is going to be a very exciting topic, okay, because we have with us very special guests. and they're going to share with us a very exciting topic, okay, of another private permission blockchain called Antchain. All right. Now, Enterprise Blockchain Week. Okay, we're currently here. This is the second day. Okay. And we have after this we have 5 more days to go. Okay, a whole lineup. Today, the Enterprise Blockchain Week is brought to you by 5 different partners. I'm hearing piano music in the background. Okay, so I'm going to mute that for a bit. All right. Okay, so the Enterprise Blockchain Week is brought to you by 5 different partners. The first one being Blockline. They are the main organizers. They are the reason why we have this stellar lineup over the next 6 more days. Blockline is a development and blockchain development and training company, which has trained over 1,000 blockchain developers in the last 3 years. And the second partner we have is Tech for Penang, technology entrepreneurship for Penangs. This is our friend, okay, up in the north, who is building the startup community there. Thank you, Kari, Ku, okay, for being supportive of this event as well. We have a third partner, iTrain, which offers a very broad range of corporate and technology training. We are also supported by Access Blockchain Association of Malaysia. This is an association that is probably the reason why Malaysia blockchain industry is growing. And last but not least, you have yours truly, Bitcoin Malaysia, here to educate beginners. What is blockchain? What are cryptocurrencies? What are the differences? Okay, so that we can enjoy a more mature ecosystem. The combined together, our mission, okay, for the Enterprise Blockchain Week is to help 50,000 more Malaysians enter the blockchain industry by providing a place that is safe, that is neutral, and it is easy for you to learn what this blockchain technology is all about. By helping you also differentiate what is real, what is fake, what is, not real, and what is not legit, so that you can actually focus, okay, your time on capturing real opportunities in the industry. Another mission of ours is to help you find remote work and alternative income in a very fast growing and rapidly growing industry space. Because one of the things about the crypto and the blockchain industry is that doing work remotely is quite common. A lot of the teams are structured and they work globally. And last but not least, okay, by creating a supply of well-educated people who understand cryptocurrencies, blockchain, etc., we then become a bridge. Malaysia becomes then a bridge, okay, to help more blockchain projects find local user adoption, fans, and champions. Very interesting, okay. One of the success goals, okay, of this series is to help more of you to skill up during this time, okay, this very unique period where we're all stuck in our homes, okay. This is a skill, okay, which is really, really in demand. So this is something that was shared back in January. It was a survey done by LinkedIn that just a year ago, it wasn't even in the radar, but a year later, blockchain is a #1 in demand skill. So we hope that you really take a full use advantage of the next 6 days that we have left together, because what we are about to share with you is something really, really rare. It's not very often that you can get this specialized knowledge for free in such a short period of time. So please make use of the next 6 more days that we have left. Here are 5 things that we hope that you will learn over the course of the next 6 days. You will have strong blockchain fundamentals. You will have stronger blockchain fundamentals. You will know when to use blockchain, when not to use blockchain, so that you won't have to find yourself in a situation where you are using blockchain just for the sake of using blockchain. You will understand, and you have better clarity, okay, with the nuances. What's the difference between a public permissionless blockchain versus a private permission blockchain? What are the use cases? Who is using it? And what are they using it for? What benefits do they gain? And last but not least, okay, with this a lineup of various different examples, you will one of the goals is to help you to get clarity on how you can start, okay, your pilot experiment for your own enterprise. Where do you begin? All right. So today is the second day. Do stay till the end, okay, to receive instructions on how to receive your proof of attendance, your very unique proof of attendance NFT token for day 2. This is something really, really special. Instead of giving another certificate of attendance, right, we decided, okay, to give a token, a cryptographic token, where you can actually insert it into your wallet, okay, and it's stored on the blockchain. Okay, you can show to people that on this particular day and date, all right, I did attend this particular event, and this is what we learned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really, really cool. I hope that thank you, okay, Proof of Attendance Protocol, for sponsoring, okay, these tokens for us. I would like to apologize, okay, for giving out the wrong link, okay, for yesterday's feedback form. So this, okay, I'd like to give everyone the opportunity right now, the next 30 seconds, to take a screenshot, okay, of the feedback form, the QR code. If you have not claimed your proof of attendance token for yesterday's session, please do that right now. Okay, take a screenshot, or you can go to bit.ly/quorum_29APR, 29 April, to fill up the feedback form so that you can claim. And remember, the offer expires today. Okay, please don't wait until tomorrow. The opportunity is gone, because this is a token that is given to certify that you have attended. So there is a time limit to this. All right, 6 p.m. is the cutoff time. Okay, and then after that, we will basically you can't claim this token anymore. So please do it as soon as possible. Right, today we have a very exciting, okay, we have very exciting guests. Today we're going to talk about Antchain, and I'm very happy that we have here with us Kenny Tan from Ant Financial Blockchain. So a very quick introduction, okay, to who Kenny Tan is. Kenny Tan is the head of strategy of Ant Financial Blockchain of ASEAN. Ant Financial Services Group, formerly known as Alipay, is an affiliate company of the Chinese Alibaba Group. Ant Financial is currently the highest valued fintech company in the world, and the world's most valuable unicorn company with a valuation of 150 billion US dollars. Now, before his role in Antchain Financial Group, Kenny was the general manager for the Strategic Account and Alliance for Asia Pacific, and also he was formerly the general manager for Alibaba Cloud Malaysia. He was also one of the key drivers in Malaysia's Smart Traffic Initiative, which powered by Alibaba Cloud. Kenny is also previously IBMer. Okay, he is a veteran of the technology industry with proven track record of driving businesses, okay, business success for both enterprises and startups. His recent projects include developing ecosystems and enhancing cloud security and solutions for businesses, and bringing innovative big data, machine learning technologies to ASEAN. Kenny has a deep passion, okay, for cloud computing, big data, AI, and he's enthusiastic about how we can use the technology to empower both businesses, governments for greater productivity and operational efficiency. One last thing about Kenny is that he's a strong believer in ecosystem and collaboration, okay, to bring business further and succeed, okay, with their partners. Also today we have a special guest with us. We have Ida Yuan, a colleague of Kenny. She is the head of solution architect and financial. We have Harpreet Singh, who is the main organizer for the Enterprise Blockchain Week, and you have yours truly. My name is Jason, and I'll be a host and your moderator for today. So without further ado, okay, like to invite, okay, Kenny and Ida to say hi.
Hi, Jason. Hi,
Kenny?
Harpreet. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Harpreet. Hi, Jason.
Hello, everybody.
Right, how are you feeling today?
Good. Well,
Very
working
excited.
from home. Yeah, has been quite a while. All right. So yeah. Can't wait.
Okay.
Can't wait
Are
all
you
this to get over.
all right? Are you ready to share with us about Antchain?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thanks for your introductions. I want to share. I'll just go ahead with the share screen. I'll walk through
Yeah.
everyone's on the and financial blockchain technologies. I think that everyone may be the first time heard about this, or some of you may not is already known about this. But anyway, it's a good sessions for us to actually to go through it again.
Mm.
All right. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I think it seems that you're going to share my whole entire Windows.
Sure.
Okay.
No problem. You just
Uh,
share it over. I'll add it to the stream for everyone to see.
I can't click the share. Is it? I need to do something.
So it's on the bottom of the screen. Okay, just click share
Yep.
screen, right?
Yes.
And then choose entire window,
All right. Okay.
and then click the share button.
All right. Okay.
Right. Very good.
Can you see now?
I think everybody will see it right now.
All right. Okay. So let's start about this and financial blockchain. So basically, and financial blockchain has been stepping out to the international markets, I think, since last year itself. Well, I'm just moving as what Jason has had intro earlier. I'm moving myself from Alibaba Cloud Internationals to Ant Financial Blockchain, which is another challenge business unit, interesting career path for myself. And also looking forward that to use these technologies to help enterprises, public sectors, as well as SME. So, what is Ant Financial Blockchains about, right? So, maybe move back a bit. Well, before talking about international, what are we going to do? We'll look at it was setting up. It was set up on the in year 2016 in China. Basically, this is the platforms where allowed a lot of users, startups, or even the talent to come on board on this blockchain platforms and to use it. All right. So we are the largest blockchain team in China, supported by Damo Academy of Alibaba Group. All right. So this is where we have a largest pool of talent in China. The most in patent applications related in blockchain for the past three consecutive years in the world. So we submit the most patent applications. And currently in China, we have over 40 scenarios of use cases that is running on blockchain. Well, and you will be surprised when see that, when we talk about blockchain, a lot of people may think that, blockchain, they will link it up with Bitcoin, right? But then understanding the real of the blockchain of the use cases, well, it will be very, very impressed that, it's not just about this, okay? So, and financial blockchain, or we call it Antchain, is also globally recognized, right? So, of course, it's not just something that, work in China itself, but overseas as well. As you can see, the top three analysis from Gartner, IDCs, Forbes, basically Forbes. So basically, these are those international analysis that will give blockchain a very good report and comment about our technology itself. Now, currently, the blockchain is available on a few areas, a few countries itself. Currently, the blockchain is running on a BaaS, which is on the cloud platform. So we have the popped in US, Germany. Of course, China is the largest that we have. Tokyo, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Sydney. All right. So currently, it's available using on Alibaba Cloud. All right. But then, of course, moving forward, we will have a lot more of upcoming products launching, new strategies. Also, and financial blockchain will have its own portals and etc. So these are all all the upcoming news that we may roll out one by one slowly in the near future. Now, three key things here for the enterprise levels of blockchain itself. We are very stressed on. We stress on three key things. One is the security, what is stability, and ease of use. Now, security, I think, is everyone that is concerned. Stability is also all the enterprise concern, which is how stable it is, how secure it is. And the third one, I think, is the most concern, right? Ease of use. When today you talk about blockchain to a clients, they may feeling like, oh, what are you talking about, right? What is it about, right? But it may feel like, you are talking an alien language to them. But then, if today we use a use case or what we have done before and share with them, they will understand more how actually blockchain will help in their environment or in the business. All right. Without further ado, I will straight go to some of the case study, as well as how are we going to enter into the ASEAN market itself. All right, so a lot of people may very interesting, like and financial blockchain coming into ASEAN. What are you looking at, right? Are you going to engage the clients, or are you going to do what are you trying to do here? Now, so this one pager give a very good explanations to everyone that what is our positions. Now, looking at that, we have a cloud infrastructures. That is where the underlying infrastructures of a financial blockchain. All right, it can be on multi-cloud, it can be on a private cloud as well. All right, from the cloud infrastructures on top of it will be the end blockchain. We all call it Antchain. All right, so we have three types of chain on top of it. We have a Hyperledger Fabric, we have Antchain, which is our own technologies, and also we have Quorum. So these are the three available chains right now. All right, so for more technical details, I will leave it to Ida to talk it at the later stage on the technical deep dive. Now, on top of it is the innovation side, the big data, the AI, the IoT, and above of the layer will be the use cases. For example, supply chain management, digital banking solutions, e-government, digital media, smart manufacturing, healthcare, and many more. All right. Now, we are not doing all this part. We are not doing this applications layer. We actually looking to collaborate with the local providers or the local technology partners to put their solutions on top of Ant Financial Blockchain. We use our Ant Financial Blockchain technology to empower them to move their solutions further. All right, and also go to market together with these technology partners. So put it this way, we are a very partner-centric organization in terms of going to go-to-market strategies. So you can see that we leverage a lot of technologies partners to build the solutions on top of Ant Financial Blockchain, and then we move this together to the market, to the enterprises, public sectors, healthcares, and etc. So a lot of people will say that, what's the benefits that, to partner with Antchain or Ant Financial Blockchain itself, right? So first of all, I think one of the key things is empower your business. So we will allow you to gain access to the Ant Financial Blockchain business and technical benefits. Okay, of course, training. All right, let you know how you use it. All right, and how your applications can run on the Ant blockchain itself. But with our experience that available in China, that our blockchain itself are able to handle 300,000 TPS, I think a lot of providers or a lot of applications providers will like interested to know that, what's the technology behind, how that you guys are doing it. All right. So we also have a lot of use case in China that we would like to bring this out to outside of China itself, to the international market, right? So this is also where we will leverage on together on the partners to go about it. Now, secondly, it's about gain visibility. To increase your visibility with Ant Financial Blockchain key expert and sharing of business plan, progress, and industry capability to our management itself. Of course, Alibaba is a very big giant, it's a huge ecosystem, right? So who knows? Not everything that we develop ourselves, we also work together with partners, right? Your solutions may be one of the solutions that we are looking at, right? The third one is your profile. So of course, working with someone credible and have the good presence or a very strong presence in the industry will improve your profile as well. The last part will be the joint development. So we actually looking at together with our strategic partners to do some joint development and also provide the solutions into the market, into the international market. Okay, so I will go straight to the case study, or should I stop for any questions?
Maybe I have one question, okay, from the community. Can you explain to the audience what is blockchain as a service?
Okay. So blockchain as a service basically is, from my layman understanding, basically we putting this, okay, put it this way, this one. So we are putting this Hyperledger fabrics Antchain Quorum. It's on top of a cloud platform, right? So it provides as a service. So you have IaaS, infrastructure as a service, right? You have software as a service, right? You have probably security as a service, and then blockchain as a service is similar like the rest of it. Is we are putting this blockchain on top of the infrastructure, and then provide this solution to solutions to the public itself, right? And why is called why you put on a bus? Why is on a bus, right? What is on the cloud? Because if you see the cloud providers, let me take Alibaba Cloud as an example, right? We have a huge elastic computing. We have all the securities, anti-DDoS, you mentioned it, WAF, CDN, and etc. Right? So this allows this blockchain to be able to better perform on top of a cloud platform itself.
Okay, got it. So what you're saying is that people, okay, you can actually use Ant Financial services, okay, as a what you call blockchain as a service, as a BaaS, right?
Yes.
And Ant Financial service can help you to build, okay, depending on which kind of protocol that you like, whether it's Quorum, which they covered yesterday, or Hyperledger, which they'll cover next week, or your own, okay, blockchain
Antchain.
protocol, which is Antchain. All right, awesome.
That's right.
Thank you for clarifying.
Okay. All right. So I think from a scenario standpoint, basically we'll put into 4 categories itself. Of course, there are more, right? There are more, but then today we'll just cover 4 of them. One is a product provenance. Another one is protections of digital copyrights, supply chain finance, data asset sharing. All right. So you can see all these are basically we're talking about not a single silo categories or single silo industries. We will take protection of digital copyrights as a seed, right? So there is IP owners, content platform, there's publishers, government regulators, producer and distributor, gaming company, university that which you can use on top of this blockchain itself. All right. So you talk about data asset sharing, for example, for healthcare. You can see that hospitals, governments, insurance, pharmaceuticals, research institute, they are all able to use it, all right, on this blockchain itself. Now, I'll also go to one of this use case called digital copyright protection solutions, right? Now, there's a lot of especially when in the MCO situations, I believe that a lot of freelancers are actually preparing, doing their own clips, they're doing their own so-called content, right, to put on the platform itself, to put on a media platform and share it. So back in China itself, this has been a quite internet content is quite very popular, and a lot of people are actually looking at that, right? So what if today you have done a content or a media stream itself, or you recorded a video, right? But then it being used by other people or other party without getting your consensus. So what will happen, right? So in China itself, we have a internet courts. We have internet court that on top of this digital copyright protection blockchain itself, right? So if there is a such case, you can actually file a case in the internet courts and allow the internet court to take the content, whatever that you have stored in the chain itself as a proof, and to take a legal actions against the publishers or the person that who misuse your content or your copyrights itself. Now, so how efficient is it? Last time, it may take months to resolve, but then now, with this technology in place, it takes weeks to resolve this kind of legal suit, right? Now, of course, you see, in this target industry itself, it's not just one player that to do this. We have, of course, the IP owner or the content platforms, then the publishers, then the government, regulator, all right, producer and distributor. So today, if let's say you want to purchase a content from this IP owners, you can also do this transaction through this platform itself, right? So everyone will be feel safe when I purchase this content from this provider, and I'll confirm that this content is belongs to this owner, and I won't be having worried that later on will be getting sued. All right. Same goes to others, like for example, media company, gaming company as well. Okay. Now a very quick from a picture standpoint, right? So you see that from this Youku itself, the top picture here, right? Jack Ma is lying on the right side, right? So, but then you see there's someone that putting this, flip it over and putting it at the left side, or take a part of the pictures or of the video itself to become their own for their own use, right? And then put it as a Youku, as this is my copyrights, this is my content. Now, you got no way to run out from this. Once this is on the blockchain itself, then we were able to come and find it. Sorry, you are actually flipping over, and this can go into suit cases. So this is a very simple way to make people or business understand how does this solutions works. Underlying technologies definitely is using the Antchain technologies. Of course, I'm not a technical experts and telling you that how the data store this and that, but then I'll leave it to Ida. Ida, you have anything you want to add on from this?
Yeah, sure.
Let me unmute Ida. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, on top of the Kenny just mentioned, right? So we have been actually applying AI technologies here. So if you, Kenny, can you go to the next slide? So yeah, actually we used advanced AI technologies on top of the blockchain itself, right? To detect if there's any misuse of the pictures or misuse of like the videos, whether it's the video is actually photoshopped by from some original copies from someone else. So we have been adopt all these technologies to actually help not only to testify this video belongs to you, but later on when somebody misuse your original copies, that we have the technology to help you to detect this as well. And I would like to actually share one use cases that's really of like how Alibaba as a group, that we actually eating our own cookies. So we have been actually deployed this solution on our e-commerce platform, the Taobao. So you may, if you have ever buy stuff from China, you may aware of this e-commerce platform. So in Taobao platform, we have a lot of merchants who display their products and also display their fashion products there. So they have spent a lot of time to really shoot the photographs with models. And then they found that later on, after they display all the pictures, they find that other platforms and other merchants actually stealing their pictures to selling their products. So we have been using this technology and using this solution to help our merchants on the Taobao e-commerce platform to sue against the misuse of their pictures and get the cases actually processed very fast, even before the stealers getting their pictures published in the platform itself. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we'll go to the next use case itself. Medical data sharing solutions. Few weeks back, there's one customer or one of the hospital called me and said that, hey, Kenny, I know you have a change your role right now, and we are looking at, how we can do a data sharing, a medical data sharing cut across in the health industry itself. So what comes into this mind is because he mentions that today, if I say I went to a hospital and I do a checkup and I found something wrong with my health, right? And then doctor will say that hey, you need to go for operations. But then what we as a human normally do, right? We will go for second opinion, correct? Now, so how you go to second opinion? You will take your film, maybe your X-ray or whatsoever, go to the second opinion, right? But then, but whatever that content or the doctor mentions or the any testing, genetic testing or whatsoever that related to your health, you are not able to bring to the next doctor. So the doctor will tell you, okay, let's start over again. I think I also faced this before, right? Go to every single hospital, they will ask you, okay, do blood test again, right? Inject you a few more times to do the blood test and etc. But then because they may think that, okay, the results due in previous may not be accurate, or they may want to do it again. Now, what if all these informations are put it on the chain itself, on the blockchain technologies, and then allow people to actually to use these solutions into medical industries? Now, put it this way. Today, we see COVID-19 is widely spread. And also, of course, it happens in Wuhan, right? And everyone knows it started, the news says that it started from China itself. But then, how can, China also implement a health QR code? I'm not sure whether that you heard about that or not, right?
No.
Now,
please share with us.
Yeah, so the health QR code is basically every individuals will have a download or have the app using on the Alipay itself, right? So this is actually one of the developers which is developed this health QR code and actually use it to track and see that, whether are you healthy. The code have three colors: green, orange, and red. Red color means you are not allowed to enter anywhere. Orange, you are less dangerous. Green means you are free to go. All right. So in all Alibaba campus are using this health QR code because underlying of this health QR code is also using a blockchain where all informations will store there. Right. Today that we also practice today who you have met, what is your temperature, any related person that you meet with potentially have exposure to COVID, and etc. So all these informations will then give the whole application or whole system to evaluate that whether you you should get a red QR code or a green QR code or even an orange QR code. So where this is very successfully implemented in China, when the operations or when the work or the so-called workforce reopen itself, now everyone will have the QR code. If you are green, you are allowed to enter to Alibaba campus. You are allowed to return to your workplace. If you are orange, then please stay at home. If you are red, you must be on either you are on the quarantine side or whatsoever, right? And this is where that you see the recoveries in a very systematic order, and also with a very accuracy that whether we know that this person itself are suitable to return, and all the informations are basically stored at the blockchain itself, and that is allow hospital, government, insurance, everyone to tap on top of it to go into a greater ecosystem or a consortium, right, to have to resolve this entire issue itself. Now, that is where that we are looking at, health, medical data sharing solution is one of the key things or one of the solutions that we potentially in ASEAN that we may use to resolve certain pain point from the hospital or from an insurance point of view, and etc. So that's where we're looking at, bringing these kind of solutions to ASEAN level and to implement it in ASEAN level as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ida.
Yeah, I actually wanted to emphasize one point. So whenever we are talking about these solutions to our clients, to like audience, that the biggest worry is that now I put all my data right on blockchain, and we understand the blockchain is some places to actually share the data to everybody else in the network. So actually this is a kind of a paradox, but actually in Ant Financial and in this solution, we address these questions properly. The underlying goal of this platform, this kind of solution, is actually to give back the governance of the data to the data owners. So in our solutions, we have applied all these data authorization services, and also we use some advanced privacy protection mechanisms to actually guarantee that only if the data owners authorize the sharing of a piece of data, then this data can be shared through the platform itself. And also all the access to the data are strictly controlled on the blockchain itself. So that's why when we present these solutions to these data sensitive industries, right? So they immediately fall in love with this solution, because we actually address their current issues of not having a solution to share the data properly and also privacy preserving.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Okay, when you say that one of the goals, okay, of what you guys are doing is to give the governance, okay, on the back to the data, back to the owners. What does that mean? Giving the governance, okay, back to the owners.
Yeah. Let me maybe I would use one example of, just like Kenny mentioned, patients wanted to actually share their records to multiple hospitals without doing like multiple tests, right? So suppose a patient A doing a test already, an X-ray test in hospital A. So later on, when the patients wanted to actually bring this X-ray test results to another hospital for a second opinion. So previously, what we need to do is we need to go to the hospital, we need to get all the data from the hospital, and also we need to explain. So we using this one, we actually help the patients or help the hospital itself to actually put the X-ray results directly on top of blockchain. And so it belongs to the patients. We will have the agreements, right? It belongs to the patient. When the patients actually wanted to use this one to go to another hospital, the patients only need to get authorize this one. Authorize this data can be accessed by hospital B directly from the blockchain. Then the hospital can actually retrieve the data from the blockchain with a patient A's consent. And all these consents, the process will be actually recorded on the blockchain, and the patient itself will see that a history, okay, at this time point, I have authorized this piece of data to which organization. So actually, by doing this, we put the governance of the personal data back to the people itself, back to the person himself.
So basically, you will have a very, very safe and very full control of your own information. So because you went to the second opinion, right? So you allow the doctor says that, you go to the chain and retrieve my information, and this is the approvals or consensus that I'll give to you. So you will have it.
Can people cheat? Okay, if you give the ownership, okay, of the data back to the patient, for example, can the patient cheat?
Yeah, it's a very good point. Actually, yeah, I might not go into the details, but there's a well-known so-called identity framework called the decentralized identity services. So we have implemented this one in this solution, and in this framework, there's actually 3 parties. There's like data owners, there's like data issuers or like the identity issuers, and there's identity verifiers. So actually, in all these solutions, when we say that we give back the governance of the data to the person himself, we are meaning that the person have the rights to authorize who will access data, but the verification of the data actually belongs to another party of the blockchain network, belongs to the issuer of the network. So the verifier or the person who need to verify this, whether this piece of data is authenticated or not, will actually goes directly to the issuer itself to verify this piece. So in this,
Wow.
yes.
Wow, that's really, really good. So for those who are listening in, right? Okay, beginners especially. Yesterday we covered, okay, I think Harpreet, okay, from Blockline, he shared, okay, about what we are actually moving in. Blockchain is all about creating game theoretic, okay, computer systems. What I interpret from Ida here is that she's saying that the answer, okay, to prevent bad actors is to provide them a decentralized identity, okay, and keep the verification work separate, so that when so that by playing a game, that's how we control, okay, whether people are good actors or bad actors. Is that correct?
Very
Okay.
explanation.
So what it is, okay? There's a question that coming from the audience here. I think that is appropriate to answer right now. So Kang Yujin asks, the medical QR code solution, that you presented earlier, what are the benefits, okay, of doing that on a blockchain, as opposed to just, wouldn't it be faster on a centralized database?
Well, it actually very much depends on the situations, right? If today's we're talking about organizations or an enterprise that would like to do this, this is not the first time I answered these questions, because during this period of time, I've been also reaching out, or there are some enterprises are reaching out to us and asking that, hey, I heard about a health QR code in China. It's on Alipay, is on Alibaba is using it. So can you share with me? So basically we share of it, right? So of course, if today we are talking about only enterprises or only enterprise that would execute things, of course, it will be sitting on a centralized database. This is good enough, right? Because it may not be retrieved by other parties, or it contain only on the enterprise itself. But when I give you the example of the QR codes that the health QR codes that we use in China itself, is more than that, right? It's more than only we are using, but then there are only others, insurance, there are others like hospitals, governments that were tapping in, and it is a large ecosystem, or large consortium that we are using this platform itself. So there are very much difference of it.
There's another question that comes in from Yang Mi Eng, okay, that I think is also appropriate. Okay, Yang Mi Eng asks, does that mean, okay, that hospital A and B, okay, have to be in the blockchain system in order to enjoy the benefit? I think this one is referring to just now when you're talking about medical data sharing. Okay, when say for example you've taken a blood test, okay, in this hospital, and then you go to another hospital, you're seeking for a second opinion, they ask you to do a blood test again. With a blockchain system, okay, you were saying that the process is faster, is streamlined, okay, they can trust the data from the other hospital and immediately use. But in order for that to happen, what must happen? First, I think maybe divide this into 2 questions. The first one is, who should build this blockchain system? And the second question is that what must happen so that the blockchain system can be implemented across hospitals?
Okay. Well, so put it this way. We've only one hospitals that implement this. I think it is good, right? It's good, and it is also very, very, very looking at the digital transformations and stuff, right? But then, if only one hospital is using this solutions itself, what is the next hospital
Right.
Okay,
Got
let's
it.
put it this way. Hospital A own their chain A, Hospital B own chain B, Hospital C own chain C. You can have 3 chain, and then later you can connect together. You can do a cross chain connection, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. So from a government standpoint, or maybe there is a public sector, health sector that say, okay, I want to look into this, right? So okay, can you call 3 chain as well? That's also possible. So it very much depends on the situations on also the scenario. I'll put it this way. There's no 100% answer on this one.
Yeah.
Yes, can be a chain that everyone's sitting on top, and there is the consortium, right? And it can be one large ecosystem or large conglomerates, right? That who have maybe they have a hospital industry, they have a retail industry, they have manufacturing industry, they have so huge conglomerates. I mean, there is in ASEAN countries. They said, no, I don't want. I want to have my own chain. You want to get the data? Possible. Let's do the connections and then get the consensus. So that's possible to happen as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Maybe you want to add on?
Ida?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. What it is that I wanted to say in terms of recapping the answer, okay, for Yang Mi-ing's question, it's a very good question, but not a very easy answer. Okay, the reason for that is being that it really depends on how the hospitals, okay, implement, okay, their blockchain experiments. I think what Kenny is sharing with us is that very often when people learn about blockchain, this hospital say, I want my own blockchain. So then they start, doing possibly usually starting, okay, with their own internal processes. So between their internal departments, they can, trust the data within, okay. But there are, consortium blockchains, okay, that are emerging, but it really depends, okay, on industry to industry or which hospital ecosystem. If let's say, for example, hospital, imagine in Malaysia, okay, if all the public hospitals, okay, are able to come together and say that, okay, this is the problem that we'd like to solve, and this is the solution, this is the benefit they like to enjoy together. Why not let's work on it together? It is possible. But if a hospital, okay, doesn't understand, okay, and doesn't number one, I think, is doesn't understand, okay, what are the benefits, then maybe, okay, one hospital would do it, maybe 2 or 3 hospitals do it together first, and then then subsequently add on a few more hospitals and stuff like that. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, so anything that Ida would like to add? Sorry, I interrupted just now.
Sure, no problem. I just wanted to add one more point. So blockchain is by its nature is actually a technology to facilitate the trust among different parties. So eventually any blockchain solution will end it up with a group of parties or a consortium, right? So without of this, there's I don't think there's a necessity for a blockchain itself. So blockchain by itself is decentralized and is trying to eliminate the trust when multiple parties coming together, trying to coordinating with each other. So my short answer is eventually we need all the parties to join to this blockchain network to benefit. But as to the initial step, we might start just with like within a single organization between their different departments, or with like a hospital, or with patients, or with just like clinic or insurance, or with like 2 hospitals. So we, as an initial point, so we are not limited. Yeah.
All right, we just had a good friend, okay, from the Philippines just joined us, Myrtle. It's okay, Myrtle, okay. We're just talking about Antchain's use case on the medical sector, and it's pretty exciting. People are asking a lot of questions. The next question comes from Ahmad Rizuddin. He says, he asked a question, in the case of blood tests, the idea is sort of distributable non-organic record for organic data. Is that correct? Are you able to answer this question? Let me look for the question and put it up on the screen for everyone to see. Another question, comes from Darshan. What if the initial record of the hospital was wrong in the first place and it was already registered on the blockchain? Is there any countermeasure for that? If somebody did a typo or whatnot?
So yeah, I would like to answer this question. Okay, I saw this question, but I would like to answer this typo question first. To put it this way, blockchain itself is not a data authentication platform or technology. So you probably familiar with a phrase called garbage in, garbage out. So blockchain itself is not the places to address whether the data is correct or not, but in the blood test scenario, so because on the blockchain itself, we have multiple parties, right? We have multiple hospitals trying to use or trying to reuse this piece of data. What we can do is this. Suppose there's a blood test from one hospital has been accidentally key in the blockchain records, right? Later on, when the patients share this data to a second hospital, and when the second hospital retrieves this data directly from the blockchain, the second hospital may realize, first of all, the data on the blockchain itself, there's something wrong with it. So the second hospital can actually endorse or send a notice through the blockchain itself to say that this piece of data is not correct. So by collaborating, yes.
I think what's that to help answer this question about whenever there's need to be changes in the data. It doesn't mean that you can't change the data. It just means that you need to get consensus. So it's kind of like, just basically to put it in simple terms, in a centralized system, when you want to change data, you basically go to an approver, right? You go up to your boss and says, hey boss, this one is not correct, let's change it. Then the boss said, okay, approve, done. In a decentralized system, you basically need to go through many approvers. That is basically what the difference is. Would that be a correct analogy? Ida, would that be correct analogy?
Yes, you get the essence of the nature. So I would like to say that on blockchain itself is not a technology for detecting the data faults, right? But by actually coordinate all the parties together, so you can have endorsements from multiple parties, whether this piece of data is correct or not. Yes, exactly.
Okay, all right. Yes, Richard says, let's complete the presentation, if there's a lot more to share. All right.
So another one is the product traceability, right? So this is a very interesting solutions as well. Well, a lot of manufacturers were looking at how to do anti-counterfeiting, also genuine checking systems. Well, I have a few use cases that has been in discussions with some of the manufacturers or producers. Recently, we spoke to one manufacturer who it's not a manufacturer, it's a producers of red wine. He got 7,000. He got 7,000 wine providers, right? So those who are the producers of the wines and give it to this A manufacturer. A will be doing the bottle and then distribute to overseas, international, include China market, right? Now, so he had faced two problems. One problem is there is a similar counterfeiting wine in the market itself. Now, so how am I supposed to know that this is the real brand of this wine itself, right? And the other one is you would like to also to secure the wine quality in case if there is any complaints or anything that found out that the wine is having issues, how he would to able to recall back the whole batch of the wine itself. So this is where the product traceability solutions were in place. It worked into the from the starting manufacturers, from the plantations to the manufacturers, and then to the bottlings, and then after that to the import and export. And during the export itself, how many hopes of storage that has been gone through, and then until the end users or even to the merchant itself. So all these things will be tracked and recorded onto the blockchain platform itself. So if you're aware that there are even though in China right now, or okay, let's put it this way, Tmall. In Tmall itself, when you purchase something on top of it, you can use Alipay to scan the QR code, right? And then it will able to give you to let you know the source of this item itself, like when it's manufactured, what is the content itself, is it safe, and what is the hope, how does this stocks come from maybe from China and then shipped to Thailand, and Thailand transit to Malaysia, something like that. Yeah, and also this also help custom clearance as well, some in part of the whole process itself. Now, Tmall, Taobao had actually implemented this cross-border product traceability, and which is a very successful and give a peace of mind for all the users that who actually purchase the products with this product traceability. Now, two things. One is with these solutions itself, you are able as a manufacturer, you are able to recall back or retrieve back in case if anything's happened to your products itself, right? So you're much more easier to know which batch which is going having a problem. To the end user, they will feel much more safer when I purchase this product. So which is I can guarantee that this is a real product. And one of the very, very common use case is the milk powder, right? So a lot of time, milk powder, yeah, that which is somehow there is a counterfeit in some of the market itself. So that is where we use this solutions to actually to reduce all this unnecessaries and to increase the value of the products itself. Right. So this is one of the quite interesting traceability solutions that we will also bring this into the ASEAN region. So very simple. Just 2 years back, before I'm having this knowledge itself, 2 years back, there's one Musang King plantations come and find me, and he tell me, Kenny, I want to export this Musang King to China. Well, I said, oh, this must be, earning gold money, So he said, okay, how the process is like, we will frozen the whole durian itself. And during the transportation itself, from the frozen to until reaching China, the whole durian, the container itself must be under minus 15 degrees. During the all shipment, it cannot below or above the Celsius itself, right? If it's above or below, it should be triggered and triggered to the control center, or it should be recorded down. So we know this batch may having a problem. All right. So he want every single durian from until go to the market and able to trace back until which tree it came from. Wow, I said, this is really really cool. So, and that's where that we see that this product traceability is something that which is able to fit into the entire users on top of either it's a food manufacturing or is material manufacturing, or even car manufacturing itself. So this is something that we foresee, right? A lot of things will be changed, and it will be coming to the ASEAN.
Yeah.
Ida, would you add on?
Yes, I just wanted to share with you what are the products that we have been actually deployed this solution on. So we have been used this solution for agriculture products like tea, like rice, like pears. So we have been also used this solution for wine, for luxury goods like the LV bags, and for diamonds. And we have been used this one for cross-border products on our Tmall International. I just give you 3 numbers. So currently, 90% of all the Tmall cross-border products have been using this solution. So whenever you buy a product from Tmall, you just simply scan the QR code on the package. So all this information is about the supply chain and also where this product is originally produced, manufactured, will be shown in your phone screen. That is one. Another number is we have done some comparisons between the sale volumes of products using this traceability and not using this traceability. So their sales got up by 50%, and 30%, and their negative reviews have go down by 30%. Quite impressive.
Yeah, so this is we foresee, this such a requirements will be required more upcoming, right? When we see a lot of people, especially you see right now, I always use this word, right? Now the COVID is like impacted the human being, right? Now, what if today there is something happened on the food and we need to trace back? Are we able to do it? Or even though there is some manufacturers that release something and then, or even on a medical, right? Let's put it as a medical as one of the use case. Medical and people purchase and have something wrong, right? So how are we going to trace this back? So this is very, very important.
Yes, I've been actually used this one to trace the medical masks. So in China, so if like when you buy a packet of masks, by scan the QR code, you can see that whether this one is like truly a medical proof mask, a waterproof mask, or it's like some just a general use mask itself. So it has been used to combat the COVID-19 as well in China.
Is that the Bitcoin logo at the bottom there? Is that the Bitcoin symbol? The
No,
B,
it's a
the blue color
symbol.
B? Oh, blockchain symbol. Okay.
It's the blockchain.
All right. Okay.
That's not the dollar sign. So yeah.
Okay. So the next part will be on the technical side. I'll pass it to Ida, because Ida is the head of the solution architect, so he knows much more on the technical. So Ida, over to you.
Yes. So yeah, after Kenny have shared with you all the exciting and interesting use cases, you might wonder what are the underlying technology actually supporting all these use cases. So this is like what I'm going to introduce to you in the following. As Kenny has mentioned, we offer blockchain technologies in a most easy to use way. We call it a blockchain as a services. So this picture gives you basically an overview of our BaaS offerings. We call it blockchain as a service BaaS. So I will start from the very bottom and all the way go to the very top. So our blockchain as a service actually built on top of the cloud infrastructure. And although that we belongs to the Alibaba group, our technology itself actually can sit, of course, it can be sit easily in the Alibaba cloud, but we are also embrace multi-cloud environments, meaning that we can have our technology be deployed in multiple clouds and even private or hybrid cloud environments. So that is our infrastructure layer. Of course, when we deploy our technologies in the cloud, we will utilize all these cloud provide resources like the elastic computing and also RIDs, database services, and etc., etc. All this will be coming together with our blockchain technology. And going up, we have the blockchain platform service layers. So I always do this analogy for people who actually don't have deep understandings on blockchain itself. So what is a blockchain technology? Why you have like Fabric, you have like Ant blockchain, you have Quorum. So why we are providing all these three? So I will use this analogy. If I may, I will compare this infrastructure and the resource layer as the hardwares of your laptop. And I will compare the Hyperledger Fabric, the Ant blockchain, the Quorum as operation systems. So if you buy a laptop, you can buy a Windows laptop, right, with Windows operation systems. You can buy a Mac with a Mac OS operation system, or you can have the open source Linux operation system. So for us, as the platform service layer, on this layer, we are offering these two operation systems. Fabric, which is the most popular consortium one, and the Ant blockchain is our in-house built, currently still proprietary technologies, and also we offer the enterprise Quorum. After we have the operation systems, what we have eventually is we need to have softwares, right? We need to have like basic softwares like Microsoft Offices and textbooks and editors, etc. So then we have this so-called blockchain application mid layer. So on this layer, we just provide the most common components for you build your softwares. So like like identity verifications, like cross-chain operations, like confidential computings and TE, etc. So this is a middleware layer we provide. And with this layer, we can easily build our softwares. So for like different purposes, for different business scenarios. So I just because the space is quite limited, so we just present some of the representative ones that we have built. One of them is we always in Ant Financial and in our best services, we often envision that IoT is something that eventually will come together with blockchain technology. So we have built on top of our blockchain, we have distributed device certification. So we have the softwares to help you to manage all these IoT devices and to control the identities of devices, etc. And then we have product traceability softwares. So we see that traceability itself is a much more common components that can be easily used in multiple industries. So we have built this one as a particular software. So we offer the traceability as a solution for retailers, logistics industries, or for manufacturers, etc. And we have our supply chain finance. So this piece is basically all these finance scenarios or all the finance services you need it, not only in supply chain. Actually, we have generalized it into trade finance as well as other finance scenarios. And then we have data asset sharing, as we have just mentioned in the use case itself, right? So blockchain can be used as a platform or technology to enable the privacy preserving data sharing. So for that, we have built a data platform and also the data governance process to help you to share your data using our blockchain technology. So that is, and on the side, of course, we will have enhancement on what we have already provided here. Is we have secure management especially for our Ant blockchain, we have financial grade security management. We have like anti-DOS. We have hardware-based encryptions for you to help you to manage your keys, public keys and private keys, etc. We have IoT security management tools here. And also we offer you a lot of like easy to use tools to help you to like operate your blockchain network, like all these blockchain explorers and cloud monitors and also logs and events, messaging management, etc., etc. So that is an overview of what our BaaS offering. Yeah. Kenny, can you go to the next?
Very
so
cool.
yeah. So probably you have known from these slides and also some of the previous like sessions that there's a multiple engines, right? As Ant Financial here, I'm going to give you more details about our in-house built Ant Financial technology. Like if I may, I still use our operation systems, the in-house built operation systems. What are our unique features and what are our unique advantages? So this simple fingers here helps it to gives you a high level performance related understanding of how Ant Financial blockchain works. So there's quite some numbers I will explain here. We currently on our Ant Financial blockchain, we can support 1 billion accounts for like 1 billion daily transactions. So this is something related. If you are considering about the TPS performance, so this is the number you will be looking at. And the second thing is about the privacy preserving. As I said, that so in Ant Financial blockchain, we provide you financial grade privacy protection mechanism. So we have been developed this Payer 99 algorithms, and we have did our in-house research, and we have been able to actually increase the efficiency 6 times comparing to the original Payer 99. So in other words, to do a simple encryption or do the homomorphic encryption in our platform is 6 times faster than you have on other platform or other technology. And then we have also redesigned the underlying blockchain storage, and we now separate into cold storage and hot storage, and we are able to reduce 50% of your storage cost. And eventually, because we envision that in the future blockchain world, it will not be like a single blockchain or single technology who dominate the world. So we also offer you cross-chain operations capabilities, and our now cross-chain products or cross-chain services can support 100,000 packets per second transactions. So we are easily to facilitate all these cross-chain communications. Yeah, can you go to the next, please? So some of our top core technologies are summarized in this piece. So we have our high performance consensus. We are being able to support large volume of like node consensus. So for typically we see that from a public chain or from some well-known open source consortium technologies, the number of nodes cannot go beyond a certain amount, right? So otherwise, the whole blockchain network performance, the TPS, will be very bad. But for Ant Financial, we are being able to support like hundreds of nodes together without sacrificing our performance. And smart contract, we in Ant Financial blockchain, we actually support secure and also flexible programming languages like C++, Solidity, and Node.js, etc. And we have a lot of we have various smart contract execution environment for you to use, whether it's like EVM or like Wasm. And the third piece is hardware enhanced security, as I mentioned, we have been building up this TEE-based private key management systems to actually not only protecting your keys by softwares, but by hardware itself. And we also have end-to-end TLS encryptions to encrypt all your data along the line and help you to protect your data. And privacy protections, currently we offer two mechanisms. One is algorithm-based, like we're leveraging on ring signatures, homomorphics, encryptions, zero knowledge proofs, and all this one has been already built into our platform to help you to let you decide which kind of mechanisms you wanted to use to provide your privacy, no matter it's like a transaction level or it's an account level. And last of all, as I have mentioned, that we also support cross-chain interoperations. We have cross-chain interoperation services running, and we can easily support like hundreds, thousands of like cross-chain transactions. And here we not only support cross-chain transactions between, say, Ant blockchain and Ant blockchain, but we also support transactions between Ant blockchain and the Hyperledger itself, and also Quorum. So no matter the underlying network, which operation systems they are using, we can help to facilitate the interactions between these networks. Yep. Okay.
Cool.
To just give you maybe a summary or comparison, right? As I have said, of Ant blockchain versus other well-known consortium blockchain technologies, I have give you this table. I've compared all these Ant blockchain, Hyperledger Fabric, Corda, and Quorum in various aspects. So I will maybe quickly take you through this. So for the consensus, Ant blockchain, we can support dynamically switching different consensus models while you are still running your blockchain networks and running your applications. So this feature is only supported by Ant blockchain, meaning that, for example, for some of the networks, right, you start with PBFT, but later on you think that PBFT is not good enough for you to expand your business. You wanted to have like more participants, more nodes into your network. So Ant blockchain is the only blockchain that can help you to switch to a different consensus model without stopping your business, without actually stopping your blockchain network running. Okay. And as to the consensus algorithm or consensus types, that's as like similar to other consortium technologies, we support Byzantine fault tolerance consensus, and also this consensus piece is pluggable, so you can switch to many others. Yep. And we also use a model to help manage the users and also the smart contract on our platform. So the underlying model is a model. It's very similar to Quorum. When we compare Fabric, we know that Fabric itself do not have a in-platform built account model. You only have word state and ledger. And Corda, instead of account model, it uses UTXO. It's very similar to the Bitcoin. Yeah. And as to the storage model, we compare it from the database side and which kind of database they use, and also where you store the contract data. So for Ant blockchain, we use key value. It's similar to Fabric and also to Quorum. And then we store our contract in we call it a contract, right? And in Fabric it's called chain codes. And Corda is that like all the transaction data or all the transactions will be stored on the transaction output and input. And Quorum is similar in the contract itself. And as to the privacy models, we provide you algorithm-based privacy. This one has been also provided by the other technologies as well. But we we provide you a hardware-based privacy model, and this one is only available in Ant Financial blockchain. And as to the smart contract languages, so which kind of languages you can use to build applications, and also which kind of language actually you can develop your smart contract with, right? So for Ant blockchain, we currently support Solidity and C++, and we are building the platforms we are building the tools to support Java smart contract as well. And the Hyperledger Fabric, currently they support Java and Golang, and Corda Java and Quorum Solidity. And then when it comes to whether the smart contract logic itself supports advanced logic both Ant blockchain Fabric and also Corda can support very complex contracts, and also we provide you like different smart contracts running environments to run the smart contract. We provide Quorum and EVM, which is not available at Quorum or like Fabric. Yeah. So yeah, comes to the performance. As I said, we can easily support hundreds of nodes. So meaning that Ant blockchain actually supports linear scalability. You will have a linear performance dropping when you have like a linear number of nodes, linear number of increase of nodes. But for the Fabric and Corda and the Quorum, the performance drop is often to the second order. And in terms of the transaction volumes we support, as I have just mentioned, that we can support like easily support 1 billion transactions daily. And for Fabric, although they also support large transactions, but we have done a comparison. The transaction volumes and also the TPS and financial blockchain can support is roughly 2 times of what the Fabric in a Quorum is for Quorum, like even 5 to 6 times of the transaction volumes that Quorum can support. So this is our in-house experiment of all these technologies using the same configuration of like all the computers. Yeah. And lastly is the governance model. It's very similar to all the the well-known technologies, but we offer you a more flexible ones, like multiple roles based on the consensus model and also non-consensus node, etc. We offer you a more flexible ways for you to govern your blockchain consortium and also blockchain nodes. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ida, for the very comprehensive technical deep dive. That's all for today. That's all for our presentations. Actually, we have one email that the audience can contact us, or we use TikTok. I have created a group, so everyone can scan and join the group. And if you have any questions after this, you also can reach us out. So this is 2 ways of you can reach us out.
All right, very cool. I'm just going to give the audience like 30 seconds, okay, to screenshot this, okay, so that they can get in contact, okay, with Ant Financial. But before I change the slides, okay, Kenny, can you share with us like if someone is like really interested to do more research or ask questions or be involved, okay, in the Antchain ecosystem, where do people go? Where is the community? Okay, is it in the Facebook? Is it in the Discord channel, Telegram? Where does all the conversation happens?
All right. So I have to be very frank as well on this part as well. So as I mentioned, Ant Finance, Antchain is just the first step out to the international market. All right. So as of now, you can
Malaysia first. Yes. Malaysia first.
Sorry.
Become Malaysia.
Yeah. Working from home is a lot of distraction. Right? So sorry about that. Okay. All right. So you can actually go to TikTok or send us an email. All right. This email will directly direct to me and Ida and our Singapore team. All right. Now,
Okay.
so this will be the first one. Upcoming, we are coming out with our own portal, our own portal to handle all these questions, also the community. And the background itself, as we are speaking right now, we are actually setting up a chain that to allow startups, to allow ISVs to actually to start using or to start participating. Of course, today you can go to Alibaba Cloud and do the subscriptions. You can purchase the Antchain. You can try there. But then, of course, if you would like to deal with us directly, you also can reach us out. We will have a channel. We have a way to help you. And also we have our local technology partners that were already working with us to assist further. All right. So so that is where I can share with you right now. But once there's upcoming more activities and more updates, I think we will work with Blocklime as well to publish all this information.
All right. Very cool. Thank you so much, for the very complete, introduction to what Ant Financial Services is doing, Antchain. I'd like to do a quick, summary, of the entire session today, right? So the first thing, that we took away is what Ant Financial is. Ant Financial offers blockchain as a service. One of the biggest benefits also of what makes Ant Financial sound really exciting to me is that if you decide to build on with Ant Financial, it offers you potential of greater visibility and profile boosts. Blockchains are like operating systems. This is a very good analogy given by Ida, that Ant Financial can help you build on various types of operating systems. You can build on Quorum, Hyperledger, or Antchain. Antchain is not just a blockchain from China and for China only. It is a blockchain protocol that it can be used globally and for a wide range of use cases. Thank you so much, Kenny, for giving us so much use cases to actually take home with. He shared with us a use case for digital copyright protection. Antchain is currently used at Taobao, medical data sharing, health QR code on Alipay, product traceability like milk powder, durian, wine, luxury goods, etc., etc. Why Antchain? This is some of the takeaway that I got. Number one, it's able to support 1 billion transactions per second. Financial grade security, 6 times faster. Correct me if I'm wrong anytime. Just interject. Reduce 50% of your storage costs. Can support 100,000 packet cross-chain capability. Flexible programming languages, because unlike different blockchain protocols where you need to learn this language or you need to learn that language, Antchain supports is very flexible. You also have 2 inbuilt privacy protection options to choose from, and dynamic consensus model.
I wanted to correct one thing here. So we're talking about 1 billion transactions daily, not per second. That is a goal that we are consistently pursuing now.
Okay. All right. I'll change this. I'll change this right now. All right. So what's that? 1 billion is for daily. Daily, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Daily. Is not per second. Right.
Wow, that will be daily, great, man.
1 transactions daily. Got it. Daily. Right. Cool. Right. Better. All right. Great. All right. So before we conclude, and go to the what's that? How to say the questions, because there's a lot more questions coming from the audience. I'd like to invite Harpreet. Would you like to add anything, before we conclude the thing? What to expect for tomorrow and moving forward?
Right. moving on, tomorrow we'll be actually talking about what is blockchain as a service as the questions today. A lot of people are wondering how does blockchain behave on the cloud. So I decided to actually invite Sylvester Lee. He's the MVP of Ali Cloud, and he has a really good experience in managing blockchain solutions. And we also have a member from the Ali Cloud community joining in to talk about what are the future activities and initiatives that Ali Cloud is looking into do in Southeast Asian market and in the Malaysian market, to be specific. And they also have some to basically share more about what are the initiatives that Ali Cloud is taking to basically kind of support the blockchain community. So I think maybe since you have slides ready, maybe you can share about it. Jason?
Who is Sylvester Lee? Can you give a little bit, okay, of what's that preview, okay, of who our speaker is tomorrow?
Okay, so Sylvester Lee, he's the CEO of Verifizer. He's actually one of my partners. I'm the CTO of Verifizer, and we basically run a supply chain, kind of an agnostic supply chain company, where we basically provide. We have like multiple layers of solution that we're trying to build, mainly for tracking and what they call making sure there's no fraud in the supply chain. It's like kind of a BAS, it's like supply chain as a service, if to be more accurate. So basically, people can come in, they can build in their supply chains, and they can deploy it on any blockchain that they want. So that is the vision that we're heading towards. Because we noticed that a lot of people talk about building supply chain use cases, but nobody wants to invest into building their own blockchain technologies from scratch, and the expertise are not available. So we said, what if we actually could have some like a drag and drop and click boxes where you can just go up and say that I got durian and I would like to send this to China, and these are the groups of friends that these are the partners and vendors and people I want to work with, and you basically add them into the list, and then add your assets in it and just track it all the way. So that is the vision that we're heading towards. But we also including finance and all the other solutions in it. At the moment, we have a team in Chengdu, and we have few use cases being tested out with with durian, with chicken eggs, and with multiple other food products. And we are looking into kind of putting these assets online. So Sylvester Lee is running this whole operation in China, and he's basically managing this company. But his background coming before that, he was also involved with FeePay. He was the CEO and CTO of FeePay, and he used to be my student a few years ago. So he was one of my earliest, my first blockchain smart contract training. He was my student in that class, and we have a relationship since then.
Where does Ali Cloud come in? Where does Ali Cloud come in?
So we use Ali Cloud to deploy our technologies in China. So because of that reason, we were quite close with the Ali Cloud community. And in that case, Sylvester decided to join in and become one of the MVPs, and also share more about how blockchain basically can help businesses in China and in ASEAN. And when he got on board with the MVP solution, he started to also promote the blockchain as a service solutions on Ali Cloud, because in a way that is one cloud that allow his product and our products to actually basically interface in and out of China throughout a cloud service, and easy deployment for most of our clients as well. So in this case, it made perfect sense to basically work with Ali Cloud to deploy these blockchain services. So he decided to go on board as MVP to share more about the technology, spread more awareness. And since he were one of the good ones doing it, and he was like the closest I had, I said, why don't you just come on board and share about it? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So really looking forward to tomorrow's presentation. Before we go to questions, okay, just want to let everyone know that there's another event after this at 6 p.m. Okay, that talks about cryptocurrency adoption. Our friend from Australia will be sharing, okay, a little bit of analysis again. Okay, where we are, where we were, where are we now, where we're going. This Saturday, for those who are interested, okay, in terms of the cryptocurrency side, okay, we're running a one day online workshop for cryptocurrency beginners. This one will be very useful, okay, for those who are like really curious and you want to have very strong fundamentals, okay, do PM us after this, okay, if you want to basically get a ticket and get a last minute discount. All right. So this is today's, okay, there's a typo here. All right, let me correct that. It's day two token, right? Day 2 token. Okay, right. So there is a special unique, okay, proof of attendance token for you to claim. Please to claim it, please fill in, give us some feedback. All right, scan this QR code or type in bit.ly /Antchain _30 of April. Okay, and give us your feedback. Okay, tell us, okay, whether you have gained you gain value from this session that we have together with Kenny, with Ida, Harpreet, myself. Okay, and for those, okay, who've been asking questions about, oh, yesterday's, okay, token, we haven't received it yet. Don't worry, it's already being processed on the blockchain. I've been given a message by the people behind, okay, this proof of attendance token that the network is congested. It is on its way. All right. Okay, so this one, okay, is going to expire tomorrow. Okay, so the window, okay, to claim this token is today and tomorrow by 6 p.m. All right, so I'm going to leave this slide open, and then we're going to answer questions right now. Okay, to Kenny and Ida. We have some questions. Okay, the first one being, okay, from Ika Nakamoto. He asked, is Antchain open source?
No, currently it's not open source.
All right. Okay, second question from Ahmad Rizuddin Izzuddin. Do you guys, okay, exclusively rely on DingTalk, or do you guys use Telegram?
Yeah, we do have a Telegram as well, but official. Personally, we do use Telegram. We do use WhatsApp as well. But officials, we will use TikTok.
All right. Okay. So let's see. Other questions. Keep the questions coming, everyone. Okay. It's very rare that we can get, two of the senior managers, okay, at the Ant Financial to be with us. Chris Wong has a question. I think this one is related to product traceability. For food purchases, okay, now with COVID-19, how do people in general know whether the food is safe to consume? And how does blockchain solve this problem? With nowadays, okay, with COVID-19, okay, I'm going to look for his question and put it up for everyone to see as well.
Ida, you want to go ahead? Sorry?
The question is, how, for food purchases, how do people today generally know whether the food is safe to consume?
Okay. Ida, do you want to go with this question first?
Yes.
I can add on later.
In general, know whether the food produced is safe to consume. Okay. To answer your question, yeah. So I might give you some examples. In general, when we do the food safety or food supply chain traceabilities, that we will have several parties that we needed to join the consortium, and one of them must be the food inspection authorities. So, and also for some of the processed food, that we will have the like authorities to certify that first of all, the raw material is coming from some uncontaminated source, and also the processors have certain certificates, and those certificates are valid, and also the hygiene certificates, etc. So we will be having these authorities actually on the chain to provide us all these inspection results of the foods from the very beginning from the very raw materials, etc. To guarantee that the data on the chain itself, or the producers or the food suppliers on the chain itself, when it uploads the data, those data actually has been already certified and also authenticated by all these authority parties. So that is to answer your first the first part of your question. To answer your second part of the question is for the blockchain network, we envision that there will be big players that will actually hold a node in the blockchain network. And there will be small players who does not have the capability and also who are not willing to actually hold a node in the blockchain network. So they can just easily using blockchain solutions as some services that they are using currently in other in other technology areas. So there will be like easy to use web services or mobile app services for the small players to directly link to the blockchain network and to just become the users of the blockchain instead of the infrastructure or node holders of the blockchain.
Okay, so I think I can share a quick share 2 slides, all right, which is I think will be much more easier to understand. Okay, let me
see
do the screen sharing. All right, okay, so this one.
All right, wait, yeah, okay, I'm going to put it up. It's loading. Oh, QR code function.
All right, so if you have an Alipay, you can scan these 2 QR codes, right? One is in the black tea, and one is a cross-border products. There's a verification code inside. Now, once you scan the code itself, it actually looks like this and on the Alipay itself. So basically, we will understand what is the products, the certifications of the products, the examinations reports of the products itself, when is it manufactured, and then after that go into where because it's a tea, right? So where it's coming from, what is the size of the plantations itself, who is the person in charge, address, and also the rest of the informations of the necessary itself. So merchants or the manufacturer or plantations owner will decide that, you know, what informations that I want to provide to make sure that the use of the ease of increase the confidence of the users of the consumers itself. And for the cross-border trades, you can see all these informations are also being recorded, like, you know, from which for example the merchants have prepared the stocks, right? And then they request to send overseas, and then at which airport, and then which airport itself, and then at which port again, until that custom custom clearance, and then until on top to the rack itself, right? Yeah. So this both are I would say that, you know, a pretty much easy way for people to understand that, you know, from an application standpoint, right? Let's don't talk about the tech stuff, right? So from application standpoint, you will have a full glance that, you know, how does it works.
Yeah, and also keep in mind all the data. So with blockchain, we actually have accountability, meaning that who has been keying this data at what time will be fully recorded on blockchain. So every piece of data will have like the data owners, right, who actually originally keying this data into the blockchain itself. So this mechanism itself actually have certain ways of like preventing people to key in false information, because later they are going to be accountable for whatever data they have been keying into the blockchain.
Okay, I have one more question. Okay, to wrap it up. Okay, and I think this is going to be a very important question that a lot of people are looking forward to ask you guys. You guys have shared, okay, this is very exciting, okay, what Ant Financial and Antchain and all that. What do you guys need? Okay, are there opportunities, okay, for people, both technical and non-technical, to contribute, okay, to what you guys are building right now?
So the question is what we need.
Are you guys looking for developers, okay, to be part of your team? Are there opportunities, okay, to grow, both technical and non-technical?
Well, so as mentioned just now, there's a few things that we are looking at, and also this is what we are going. All right. So first of all is the community. We will also definitely set up a Antchain community for this community to know more about Antchain itself. Right. Secondly, we're also looking for opportunities in the market itself. How we help the technology partners that who already have this ideas or the ISVs that who have ready solutions, then how to put their solutions on top or leverage on the blockchain itself and expand the possible the business opportunity. Of course, the third one, the last one is definitely we would like to see use these blockchain technologies to impact the market itself. All right, to make it as a common. Maybe today, if let's say I go and talk about blockchain, a lot of people will scratching head that what's Kenny talking about, right? But then if let's say just now I put the app and how it looks like, how it works, then I think a lot of people will say, this one is what we are looking at. But don't think about blockchain, right? So let's the technology partner and blockchain providers like Antchain to handle the technology side. Let's the ISV or technology partner to handle the application side, and then we will tell you how's your business will work on the application, right? So you won't go and tell, hey, how your PC built, you'll use what. Of course, last time we use what RAM, this and that, but nowadays we've got people, right? So we'll just go and buy a laptop and then either install Windows or whatever OS that we want, right? So let's the expert do our part, and then we're definitely looking at make blockchain common, and then go into the market and help, of course, SME as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We are looking for actually ecosystems,
do you have any,
including developers. We are looking for we are looking for ecosystems, right? We are looking for developers who actually wanted to build or familiarize themselves with our Ant blockchain technology. We are looking for partners which can go together with us to go to the markets, to go to the end consumers, to go to the big corporates to implement all the solutions on blockchain. So we are looking all these collaborations.
Okay, I think I asked this question, at our last live stream before. I mean, like, let's say if developers want to get started on Antchain, where do they go actually? For now, where should they be researching? How can they test out Antchain and things like that?
Two ways. One is they can go to Alibaba Cloud and use the trial for the free one. All right. I think it's 30 days trial. The second one, if they manage to get the email address or the QR code, reach us out. So we were able to help. But in upcoming, we'll definitely work with partners. Also, we'll work with looking forward to work with Blockline and also this community to spread out more information so that where you can obtain this. As I mentioned, we are partner centric, so we would like to go out together with our partners to spread more about this technology.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I also would like, Jason, do you have something? Yeah. Okay. So actually,
you go first.
I actually have one, from a developer perspective, kind of a question. I think it's from Ida. I mean, you mentioned about TEE earlier, and I think no other blockchain actually has took that approach. But how are you really implementing that? How are you really using that at the moment?
So the TDE environment has been actually, seamlessly built in our blockchain technology as one of our privacy protection mechanism, and also as one of our so-called trusted computing environments, made it to realize our goals to actually protect the privacies of the data, etc. So the way that how we use it is in some we have been using TEE to actually protect the private keys of the transactions, right? Whenever you wanted to encrypt one transaction, but you wanted to keep your key in not only a software secure way, but in a hardware secure way, meaning that nobody else actually can access your key except that piece of hardware. Then you can use our TEE key management piece. And if, like, say, you wanted to encrypt one transactions, but you still want the smart contract to verify all the logics in it, but when you encrypt the data, you can have no way to let the smart contract to verify. So how do you do that? You just take this piece of data, put it into our trusted computing environment based built up upon the TEE environment. Then all the data will be decrypted there. The smart contract will verify all the logic there, and outside this, right, after the verification is done, all the data will be again encrypted and output to the blockchain itself. So TEE has been used in many places in our Ant financial technology, and so this is two examples of how we use it to protect your transactions, to manage your keys.
Do you need a specialized hardware for, when we talk about like when we private deployment, non-cloud deployment? Do you need a specialized hardware for this? Because
Yes,
it's mostly firmware and hardware based, right?
Yes. We need even in our cloud-based, like even in our BaaS environments for TEE supply chain, for TEE blockchain, we require bare metal machines to actually host the TEE and host the hardware. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason, is there any other questions?
Right. So I think that we can conclude. There's just one more question that I think there are a few people who are asking right now. When is Alibaba going to come out their token? When ICO? No, I'm just joking. It's just joking. But it's really good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, okay, for being with us today. Okay, I think that it looks like, okay, a lot of people, just the comments coming in. Thank you so much, Kenny. Thank you, Ida, for sharing. It's very, very informative. They gain a lot. They're very excited, okay. They want, okay, to know what to do next. Okay, and we look forward, okay, to you guys to guide us further, okay, like with resources and exciting activities and stuff like that, okay, so that we can know what to do, okay, and we can come into the space and be part of your ecosystem.
Thank you so much.
Okay, with that, okay, everyone, okay, we're signing off right now. Okay, do join us, okay, for 6 p.m. for the cryptocurrency section. Okay, yeah, okay, thank you so much. It's been fantastic, and see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. All right, bye.
All right,
Thank you, Kenny.
guys.
Thank you, Ida. Thank you,
Bye.
Harpreet.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ending broadcast now.
No, we're still live.
Yeah, still